So, how many of you have a stuffed animal, plush toy, that you really, really like? Maybe you've had one for a lot of years since childhood or things like that. And it's lost its fluff. It's gone like flat. It's lost the softness, or the plush could have got a little matted, things like that. I'm going to tell you how to fix that. Um, the first things you'll need to do is you're going to have to undo a seam in the back of your stuffed animal. So that's usually right up in the back area. Um, Before you do that, you want to get some craft stuffing. I suggest Joann's, they still accept coupons, so you can get the polyfill. This is also good for stuffing your Cabbage Patch Kids, where the body has lost fluff, and you can add more fluffiness with this as well. You want to get this kind of thread. I already have my needle ready. This is Coat Stronghold. Well, Coat's extra strong. It's upholstery. You want upholstery thread, because upholstery thread, it's basically non-breakable. So once it's sewn, it won't come loose. So, starting here, I'm going to search, because I'm looking, I need to put more stuffing in the legs, a little bit of the feet. I'm touching and feeling where I need to put more stuffing. A little bit of stuffing everywhere, even the head. It's not quite enough, it's too squish. And I forgot one thing, the magic wooden spoon. Even his tail's not fluffy enough. So, I'm trying to find a nice place to put a small hole. Doesn't matter, because once I show you how to seal it, there we go. So the scissors can slide right into a little space where the original stitching was. There we go. So I've cut the original threading. I'm trying to get a piece. There it is. So there's a piece of the original threading. And we have the hole. And guess what? It's pretty much the exact same stuffing as this. Very inexpensive stuffing. I want to grab my spoon real quick. But I want to show you where I cut the original threading. It's very easy. You just gently slide your scissors into the seam area, and it will automatically find the place. So here is the original thread. You want to keep a hold on this, because you want to be able to retie this with the other thread. So I'm going to end up starting down here, and then tying the new thread around up with this to prevent it from unraveling more. So we have it open. Okay. First things first, I'm already grabbing just a little bit at a time, but I'm going ahead and, I'm going to start with the head and push it up in. Now, this is a very inexpensive Peter Rabbit that's at Walmart right now for only $10. And I want to make him more fluffy, Not too fluffy, but he needs more stuffing. Wow, what is going on here? Is he... Wait a minute. This is not cool. He's actually... Some areas are already loose by themselves. This thread right here. That is with the seam, because I know how to sew. I'm going to have to tighten that up to prevent it from coming loose. You gotta be careful when you buy these. I always want to make sure the eyes are face centered, so I'm pressing like this to keep the eyes centered so he looks cute. So he's already got more stuffing. He only needed that little bit. That's perfect. He doesn't need more stuffing. That was more than enough to give him the fullness he needed. Now I'm going to tie the jacket back up because I'm rolling it. Now I'm going to check down. I'm moving stuffing around, see if I can get to the legs. Yep, I can. So I'm taking some of the stuffing in his body and then pushing it into the leg section. And sometimes it doesn't want to go down there. There we go, it's going. There we go, into the feet. I like my stuffed animals to be, you know, a little firm, especially with the feet, firmer feet. I don't want them to be so squishy that they feel like there's nothing in there. Which, see that? It's like nothing's in there. So this is how you can refluff the stuff in your stuffed animals. Okay, there we go. Put that right directly into the foot leg. I'm gonna keep it more stiffer in the foot, and then this midsection right there, a little looser here, just a little, because I want his legs to be a little floppy, just a little bit, so he can sit without any problems. Yeah, that looks good, so he can sit, but he needs more firmness. Now I'm pushing more stuffing into the other leg. The original stuffing that's inside the doll's body, I'm pushing into the foot. And then I'm going to take the wooden stick and gently press firmly to go into the feet. Again, this is just a $10 Peter Rabbit stuffed animal from Walmart. And this you can get on sale at Joann's. Sometimes they have them on sale. If they don't, they still use coupons. So that's a good thing. And with the upholstery thread, you want upholstery thread because it's non-breakable. And upholstery thread is good to use to repair your Cabbage Patch Kids. So like if they have busted threads on their feet and their hands, upholstery thread is really good. It comes in a variation of colors. The brown I use for my brown little skin Cabbage Patch Kids. Okay, I put just a little too much stuffing in this here joint area. Make it even, stuff some more down on the other side. There we go. There. The legs are very well stuffed. The head is stuffed very well, not too squishy, but not too firm. You can control the firmness yourself. This way. Okay, so re-twist all of this. So again, here's the thread that I cut from the center back, and here's the original thread. You don't want to lose those. So now I want to stuff his body, because I've used some of it to go onto the head and everything, but we want him to still be skinny. Here we go. Oh, let me check the arms. Okay. So I'm going to take this much and stuff more into the arms. I mean, they were very stingy with the stuffing for some of these stuffed animals. And I take the hands, I like the hands and the feet to be firm. And then it gets a little softer as you go up the arm. I actually have the original Build-A-Bear Peter Rabbit somewhere in storage. I absolutely love the movie. nice firm arm, pretty much. Making sure they're the same. Close enough. Feet, nice firm. Legs, firm, not too firm, but they're still squishable. Firm and squishable. That's what I try to go for. Oh, his face looks so much cuter, see? His tail, that's fine the way it is. Let me see, can I get, like, we're gonna put a little bit more stuffing in his tail. It's made where I can just stick that in his butt. That just didn't sound right. Sorry. Alright, now this will go into his body. And make him nice and comfy so he can sit comfortably. So we want to fill this bottom section in, you know, but also keep it loose right here so he can sit properly. See that? So if you like to carry your plush around, he'll be able to stand and he can sit at the same time. So he doesn't lose any of those points that make him more comfy and to make him more comforting. A lot of people love stuffed animals, and sometimes if it's one that they love a lot, it can lose its fluff. And this is how you can restore it on an affordable way. There. You can also do this here to add, like, maybe you have something, there we go, see, he's nice and squishy, squishy. So much better. So, we got the feet, nice and firm, soft firm. I call this soft firm because it's not too firm where it's hard. My mom. Okay, sorry, had to come back. It was my mom. So, we got the head, nice, firmly stuffed more. The paws are firm but squished. So, you want firm and squishiness. So, I start more firm and the very ends of the hands and at the ends, basically the feet, and I make it a little less firm up the leg. So it's like this. Yes, I repeat myself because people tune in at different times, and you want the arms to remain there. So the body is firm, nice and fluffy. You want the body, heads, feet, and the mid-center of the arms to be more firm, to hold its position and not lose its fluff. The body part, you want it to stay very soft. Not too soft where it's too squishy, but just enough. And I'm only adding this much more into Peter Rabbit, and I'm spreading it like that. That's it, done deal. So Peter Rabbit is now completed. So it's soft in the middle, so he feels very comfy, and he won't lose his fluff ever again. And what you can do is take a brush, not one filled with hair. Mailman's here, that means package has arrived. And you can take your brush and you brush the fluff. I recommend one of those at the Dollar Tree store that's inexpensive. You can, if your stuffed animal is older, you can wash it, then set it out to dry, but take the brush and fluff it up with the brush and it'll smooth it out and make it nice and fluffy. Okay, so now what I'm going to, this was the original scene where the stuffed animal, the toy was stuffed and threaded. Oh God. Oh, here it is.
Thank you. Hi.
Okay, don't worry. Those will be separate videos. Now again, I'm using a dark brown, well, medium brown upholstery string, and I've already pre-threaded it. I use upholstery because this is good for restoring Cabbage Patch Kids and for doing this. How did that get a knot in it? So I'm going to start from inside of the sort of say Cabbage Patch Kid. I'm going to start from inside of the stuffed animal. And I'm going to leave all the extra there. Bring this over. So you're going to be tying it from the inside. So you will take the needle, go inside the seam of your stuffed animal. And that's when you are going to go up and then under and come back out of the hole. And then you're going to tie it. This way you can't see where you have tied or repaired your stuffed animal. And you want to tie it about 3 times and take your needle and go through the loop twice. So it's a double knot. That prevents it from getting loose. Now this thread here, the original one, I'm actually going to use the end of this thread and tie it, and I'm going to push it inside of my stuffed animal. Because you want to make sure that's tied and secured to prevent it from coming loose. There we go. And you the first 2 ties you do normal. After that you want to double it, double knot. So you're going to be pushing it through twice to ensure it doesn't come undone. Okay, there we go. And so what I'm going to do is push this inside of my stuffed animal. I'm calling stuffed animal because you never know what kind you're going to get. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come in closer, lay my camera down a little bit so you can see. Brad, you've been MIA. Hope you're feeling better. This is Peter Rabbit. Okay, so now I'm going to come over here. I'm going to zoom. There we go. And I'm going to take this on the other side of the white thread, and I'm going to go in and then come out on this one side. Now I'm going to turn around, go to the other side, and do the exact same thing. Like that. And I'm going to continue working my way up, doing that. See that? And I'm going to cross over, go in, and then come out. Kind of like a shoelace. But if you have a favorite stuffed animal, maybe from childhood, and it's lost its fluff, this is how you can repair it and make it more fluffy. Now make sure you keep an eye on this original thread, because you don't want it to come loose. You're going to want to tie that and secure it. I am going to zoom and show you. See how that's looking? It looks like that. Because we've added plenty more stuffing. A little bit goes a long way. It really does. And I can see the white thread right there. And I'm actually going to pull it there. Because I'm going to end up tying it and securing it. Okay, so now you see here, watch this. I'm going to pull. You see that? I pulled this and it closed up completely. No, I'm not mad at you. Why would I be mad at you? Relax. You're fine. You're not obligated to be and come and moderate every time I come on live. I just appreciate, you being a moderator and being here whenever it's convenient for you. It's not a job. It's not something that I'm forcing you to do or anything like that. I am gracious that, you're here whenever you are. But like I said, for all my moderators, it's when it's convenient for you. So, see that? Completely sealed up with the upholstery thread. Now I'm going to, see how I'm double knotting? And then I'm going to tie it very tightly. Again, I'm double knotting with both of these. That's my second double knot. I'm doing well. I'm drinking coffee. I haven't slept much, but I have an appointment via cell phone. There we go. So, my Peter Rabbit has been all done. I'm not going to cut the brown upholstery thread yet, okay? Don't cut this one yet. You can go ahead and cut the white piece of the original. That you can cut. Now, what you're going to do here next is, I'm going to zoom in some more. Yep, like that. So now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to come out over there, over here on the side. And then I'm going to pull it up tight. And then I'm going to cut it. And this thread is going to go inside because it's going to bounce inside. Like that. Done. So the way I cut it, the thread, it bounced from the plush and went inside. So, ta-da. And you can take a brush and go where you, resewn your stuffed animal back. Just take a brush or do like this, do a little rubbing. And you can't notice, you can't see where you redid the seam. So it's not noticeable. Now my Peter Rabbit has been fully stuffed because I have to admit he wasn't stuffed well. So we had to put more stuffing in the head. Let me zoom out. The feet, all of this had to be done. Good morning, Vanessa. How was everybody? So see, I added more plush into his stuff. He's got more plush. If you see the video from the beginning, I restuffed this, the bottom area, but also I made it more firmer. I made all of the feet, the mid-lower leg more firmer. I kept it loose in this area so they can still floppy. As for the arms, more floppy as well, but more firm at the hands up to the center, and then a little less firmer here. I made the head more firm, so it's not squishy. So I like the head to be nice. I like that to be done. The body is softer. The body is much softer than everything else because that's the part we like to hug. But you want it to be just slightly firmer so it's not too squishy. So you don't want your stuffed animal you don't want it to be too hard from too much stuffing in the center. And you don't want it to be too loose. So you want it in between where it's just a little firm and not too squishy. So this way he's nice and soft to give you comfort, to hug on. Whenever you're going through stuff, or if you're someone who just likes to hug stuffed animals, or they give you comfort, things like that, or a stuffed animal from childhood. Now, this particular one, I got him because his eyes were the best centered. And as I stuff the head, I'm pushing inward and pressing the back of the head at the same time so the eyes can be more molded to be looking more forward. Now, there's a defect. Here's a string. This is where they originally tied him. I can't just cut it, because if I do, this is going to come undone, the sewing that's done right up across this area. Which means I'm going to have to go back in. I'm using upholstery thread in brown. I also use the same upholstery thread for my Cabbage Patch Kids when they have to restore their, the hands or feet, things like that. Oh, there's a hole here. In a way, that's a good thing. So this hole that's right there, I'm going to go inside the hole. This is how I do when I seal them up. So I go inside the hole, and then I come out. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go back inside the hole, and then come out. You know why? Because I want the knot to be inside of my stuffed animal. So, now I can do the knot. Now, see, I go in once, now twice, because this is upholstery thread. It's literally almost non-breakable. You cannot break this, like, really. And I'm going to do this knot 3 times. Hi, Brandon. That is true. That's right, Vanessa. We know you've been in school, plus you're getting over being sick. So, I just want, like I said to my moderators, it's whenever it's convenient for you. This isn't, I'm not demanding you to be here all the time, no. It's only when it's convenient for you. Now I'm pulling the white thread, and now I'm going to tie it with the brown thread. I'm doing a double knot. I take the needle and go through twice, and then I tie it. And now just once, and now just once. The very first time you do it twice. And then I'm going to stuff that, well, okay, I can't stuff it. It's a little too long. I mean, the hole's a little too small because it's already gotten smaller. The good thing is I found the hole, so I'm able to fix this. Look at that. They did. This is a defect in the plush animal. I'm not taking it back now. I'm having to do all these repairs. So I'm on this side. And now I'm going on this side, in and out. And I'm filling for the hole. I'm going on the edges of the hole. And I'm simply going in and out on each side of the hole. So the thread is going to crisscross where the hole is. And when I'm done, I'm going to pull it. I pull it, and that closes the hole. Now I'm going to take this white thread to prevent Peter Rabbit from coming undone anymore. That's what I'm going to tie with. Now watch. See, I take my needle, I go through once, and then twice. So that's in twice, and then you attempt to pull. What is going on? That's not how that's supposed to work. Let me double check this. Make sure the hole is not any worse. Let me come through here to be sure. The good thing is with this color of upholstery thread, it's not going to be noticeable, and you can't feel it. So, now I'm going to try it again. See the loop once, and go through twice. And then you pull. There. That way the knot will not get loose, and it will not move. It holds its place. I'm doing it twice. Now this was a manufacturing error. This was from the manufacturer that made this. They did that mistake. I'm going to go in one more time and just tie it once like that. Now the white thread is what I'm going to cut. And then what I'm going to do next, I'm take the brown thread. I go inside. I'm going inside, and I'm going to come out over here. See, I'm far away from it basically. I'm going to show you why. I learned this in doll making classes. Now what you do is you're going to pull it tight like this. You know why? Watch. See how it popped? Did you see how it sort of popped? That's because the thread, after it's not untied, the thread just went inside the head. Now you can't see where I sewed him up. You can't see it. It looks like the other side. See? So that was a repair from the manufacturer defect. Now my pretty Peter Rabbit, that was only a $10 Peter Rabbit from Walmart. Now it looks like a higher quality brand. There, he's finished. That's it. And it only took 30 minutes. It would have took longer, but because I was showing you instruction. See, Peter Rabbit from the movie. Oh, this is by Dandy. Oh my God, that company been out since I was a little girl. 2022. I guess it's a good time for the movie. Anyway, this is sewed on up here at the top, so I didn't want to remove it. So while adding more stuffing to him, see how nice and squishy he is? And the head is nice and firm. I like this, nice and firm head, nice and firm arms, but yet still more looser in this area, not as much stuffing, so we can be, you know, like wobbly. And also with the joints of the legs. But the feet are firm. The legs all the way up to the center are quite firm. And then it's still more stuffing here, but not as much. It's half of what down here. And then the body, I only stuffed a little bit because I wanted him to be nice and squishy. So the body stays nice and squishy and huggable. This way you have an amazing amount of comfort and, you know, good comfort. Helps with anxiety to hug something like this, any kind of plush animal. Again, I use polyfill for stuffed animals, Cabbage Patch Kids, anything that requires a stuffed body. But again, I use upholstery thread. It's called Coats Extra Strength Upholstery Thread. I got brown, and then I use a skin color, so to speak, for Cabbage Patch Kids. I'll take the Cabbage Patch Kid with me and do a color match so that I can restore the thread like Cabbage Patch Kid. See how he has threading up through here on his feet? Or Cabbage Patch Kids have toes. And they get busted, and then the foot gets busted. There's like one big piece of stuff. And you use this to repair the toes and the legs on your Cabbage Patch Kid. Or holes and rips, things like that. But it's a lot more invisible on stuffed animals because of the fur. So, now he's more like a $20 version because he's more premium. He's more stuffed, and he's more, you know, the stuffing is everything. That makes them more, the quality more. It's not like a rush job. Okay, I gotta have his girlfriend. Darn it. But they got plenty of her. And again, this is a $10 Peter Rabbit from Walmart. All I did was add more stuffing to make it more of a higher quality type stuffed animal. So, as you've seen, we have two, oh, by the way, when you're done with your needle, push it inside the paper part here, and then wrap it around. Okay, attempt to wrap it around. There we go. To prevent yourself from getting stuck. And then just put it up somewhere. Alright, so thank you for watching again. In the beginning, you'll see where I opened the back. Look at that. You can't tell. You can't tell I opened the back up. This is where I opened it. We added more plush in the entire stuffed animal. That includes a little tail. Everything got more plush. So see, he can still sit. More stuffing in this area. The body, the head, all of it. So he can sit, but also the legs can still be floppable. So if you're in a car trip or something like that, if you, for kids or some adults who have anxiety issues, like I do, and you want something to hold on to, this works. It's good to keep something in your car that you can grab and just set in your lap and hold while you're driving, so you can just, the comfort of having something nice and soft and plush, and you can just hold it like this while you're driving, you know, with one hand on the steering wheel or both hands, but have something to give you comfort. Or if you're at home having an anxiety or whatever issue, if you feel lonely, if you feel sad, that's how you can replush your favorite stuffed animal. Anyway, I hope this video can help people to be able to do that with your stuffed animals to make them, give them fresh life and also help them where they're not floppity flop flop, but more firm. Alright, so I'm going to end this video and start a new one. And I can tell you it's Barbie related from Amazon. So I'm about to get that video started now. So thank you for watching. Peter Rabbit get renewed, restuffed, and repaired. Yay! Happy Easter before it gets here.